So you've got 30 seconds to get involved there. The maiden that goes forward, that is Willie Wink for Peter Locke, who's told us some good interesting stories about his plan around this horse coming into a Tara's race. Your favourite about to go forward in the O'Leary colours, that is Ladies Man, the gelding by Zedden. There's a lot of tickets, I think, out there in the futures at around about $6. But we're almost on start time. The 3,200 metres in front of them. The Wellington Cup has been back at that distance for a good period of time since it was shortened up quite some period of time ago. But great to have the 2 miles here at Trentham. Leaderboard about to go forward. 2:10 now. Late plunge. Ladies Man. Let's get this underway with Tony Lee.
So just awaiting as a thought to come in. As Ladies Man tightens up even more here, folks, to $2.10. Very short favourite. We're ready. NZCIS Wellington Cup 150th running. Stand by for the start. We're racing in the cup now. They break out pretty much together here. Now In My Shadow's begun well here, but going forward, Contemplation, as to his Pinion. Subtle Point over on the inside, Mr. Fabulous there. Tom's with the rider high in the irons. In behind those runners then is going to be Dionysus, going to tuck away for cover the top weight. The maiden galloper, Willie Winket's outside. Behind those then is going to be Waisaki. Ladies Man on the inside of it, stablemates together. Tom's tucks in now, Pinion the inside, then South Road inside of Hinepada as they hack along, and Novak is the last of them. So the big upstanding Contemplation on the outside of Subtle Point, all away from the fence with no pace at all, and Mr. Fabulous just resisting the rider there. They're followed through then by Pinion. In My Shadow the inside of Leaderboard, and here he comes around the outside, Willie Wink now. In the middle of them, Dionysus. Ladies Man's back on the inside of Waisaki. Bosson's got him pretty relaxed. Tom's behind that. Then we have the next one behind those then is going to be As a Thought, and back behind that is going to be South Road, Hinepada and Novak. So who's going to be the early crow? They come down to us a circuit to make, and it'll go the way of Contemplation. Here's the leader now. So Contemplation, Subtle Point second, Mr. Fabulous third. Then we have Pinion, In My Shadow the inside, Leaderboard the outside of it, Willie Wink who is around Dionysus, Ladies Man inside of Wasaki, and Tom's in company with those. They all got the float here together, and so did South Road. But he just parked up in behind those. As I thought, the Southern Mares back over on the inside, then Hinepada, and Novak is the last as the 150th running of the NZCIS Wellington Cup head up into the back of the track. 1,600 metres to go. There's 17 or 18 lengths over them, and Craig Zaki and Contemplation call the shots over the crossing there. Subtle Point is second, and Mr. Fabulous just dropping the head now, followed by Pinion around In My Shadow. Leaderboard is the next. He's taking inside runs here on Ladies Man. Dionysus the middle, and Willie Wink's a little wider. Tom's behind him. Waisaki the middle. As a Thought picking up ground on the fence. South Road behind them. Novak and Hinepada is looking to get a little closer as they jam up in the cup here. They work on down towards the 1,000 metres, and here Contemplation with Willie Wink. He's going up for a look the outside, the maiden galloper. Then Mr. Fabulous, Subtle Point. They put the acid on a fair way from home. Pinion is the next. Leaderboard comes forward. Ladies Man the inside. Then we have In My Shadow. Wasaki starting to go forward. Tom's his outside. Dionysus behind those. As a Thought, South Road commences his run as they gallop over to the 700 in the cup. Then we've got Hinepada and Novak's the last one. Contemplation, Willie Wink, and now Leaderboard comes around them. Just in behind them, Pinion. They're followed by Waisaki starting to put himself into the race. Ladies first. He's got to come on the inside of these as they swing and go for the money line now. And here we've got Leaderboard out wide. Willie Wink, Contemplation. Ladies Man the inside. Waisaki out wider. Then In My Shadow running on now, Dionysus. Here Leaderboard has the lead from Contemplation, who's coming back at it on the inside. Ladies Man starting to close off. In My Shadow, Dionysus is starting to push through as well, but it's Leaderboard for Fortuna, and Leaderboard will be Contemplation. Dionysus, Ladies Man. South Road made up some. Willie Wink wasn't far away. Wider out then we had behind those Pinion, then Hinepada, Waisaki, As a Thought, Tom's In My Shadow, Mr. Fabulous, and the last of them, Subtle Point. He's been to most of the dancers, Leaderboard, but Mark Walker and Joe Doyle combine to take out the cup here. He got him to the outside where he wanted. Contemplation set them up, taken on from about the 1,000 metres. Dionis is under the top weight, trying to lift Ladies Man inside of those, and stablemate South Road inside of that, but it'll be number 8, Fortuna Leaderboard Syndicate Leaderboard for the table-topping Mark Walker. No surprise, really, that Mark's just continued to persist with this horse, and today gets his day. And he did it really, really well. He got to the outside running, the coveted outside running, and he's finished too strongly for them.
He trotted up actually at the top of the straight. You won't see a better looking horse coming into the bird cage, and look, he's been to a few of these big dances, and today he's got the job done. Well done to Mark Walker. Of course, this is a Fortuna horse with John Galvin. We saw him here earlier in the day, and Sam Burgesson, who was here this afternoon taking care of the Tiakau team. It was a strangely run cup, wasn't it, because they were well off the rail. There wasn't a lot of speed in the race early, and it was really a race to the outside fence. And Joe Doyle, who's been such a great acquisition into our riding ranks, rode the perfect race, and Leaderboard gets the job done here this afternoon. And congratulations to the Fortuna Leaderboard Syndicate. This is a 8-year-old gelding by Street Cry. He's a beautiful looker, and he gets this year's Wellington Cup. We'll grab Sam Burgesson to talk about this, and we did have an interview earlier on in the day, Sam, and you said, well, there's one horse that didn't mind the rain that was falling, and this was the one.
Yeah, exactly. Mark had got him really fit. We'd had plenty of work into him, and we knew the rain was always going to help him. So, yeah, just stoked for everyone at home, and stoked for John as well. He's a massive supporter of our stable.
The man aboard, he rode the horse to perfection, really. There was a race to the outside fence, and he got the right bit of the running.
Yeah, got him into a lovely spot, a lovely rhythm. And he galloped him on Wednesday, and after Madamat he said, geez, this horse is as fit as a fiddle. So, look, we were quietly confident, but we never knew with him he can throw in a shocker at times.
Well, he can throw in a shocker, but you got the right man doing the training in combination with you. Mark's had a wonderful, wonderful season, and he clearly had this horse cherry right for today.
Yeah, exactly. Look, he presented well, travelled down well, and Mark had got him really fit. We'd thrown the book at him in terms of work and different tricks and everything. But yeah, like I said, just stoked for everyone at home. He's sort of been through all the barns. He had a bit of trouble with his feet and different little things, and to get him right for today and get a result like that, yeah, it's huge.
Okay, John Galvin's had a close association with Tiakau for a long time, and he puts a lot of horses through the stable that David buys, and he puts together big syndicates, and we've seen one big syndicate with He's a Doozy, another here today.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he's been a massive supporter of our stable for a long time. You know, he's had a lot of good horses with us, and it's great to get another result for him in an iconic race like this.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Sam Burgesson, of course, a key part of what is Team Tiakau, and John Galvin is that as well, and you can throw Joe Doyle in the mix here with the victory of Leaderboard in this year's New Zealand Campus of Innovation in Sport Wellington Cup. We'll grab Joe very, very shortly to talk about this, because you heard there from Sam that he worked this horse early on in the week, and I think he knew that he was on a leading chance. As Joe addresses the massive syndicate, and great to see another great large syndicate winning here this afternoon. Sam just told me you worked this horse midweek, and you knew that you had a leading chance in the race.
Yeah, look, he felt great during the week. You know, we knew we needed the rain to come, but thankfully it did, and look, it was pretty straightforward, the race. I mean, he travelled beautifully. We didn't go a mad gallop, but we went even, and he just kept fighting up to the line. You know, they're the horses you want to ride, and very grateful to be riding for such good people.
You haven't been here for long, Joe, but you've made a pretty serious sort of impression.
Look, you know, every horse I ride, I try and give a good ride, and you know, when it works out on days like today, it's very special. So I'm very grateful to the people in New Zealand. Yeah,
and when you get in these sort of colours, you know you're on a nice chance in a big race.
That's it, you know. Anytime they have a runner, they always have a chance. You know the horse is going to be fit and in the best condition it can be. So, you know, I'm very fortunate, and I'm very grateful.
Well, congratulations from us all.
Thank you.
Joe Doyle, he is the winning rider of this year's Wellington Cup, and Tiakau strike again under the Fortuna banner. 8-year-old by Street Cry, been to some pretty big dances, BP Leaderboard, and today is his day. Para went good, eh? She's a bit unlucky, but never mind.
Leaderboard with 150th running of the New Zealand Campus Innovation and Sport Wellington Cup. If I was going to go this race, we offer you that. And the second is this place playmaker, and was coaching for some a bit of a guessing game. It's probably fair to say the horse that won the race leaderboard is his toughest seat.
We've seen him before at Trentham, we've seen him before at Riccarton, and he's always provided to the best of his ability when he gets over those ultimate trips. Today, he was ridden beautifully. And how neat, isn't it, to see these imported jockeys come to New Zealand. We saw two of the South African boys do the business in Karaka Million Night. And here we have today the Irishman Joe Doyle doing the business on Leaderboard. I know for John Galvin, it's been a pretty special week, who's principal of Fortuna. We all saw in the news this week that as champion of champions, Melody Bell will be inducted into the next New Zealand Racing Hall of Fame. And today, it's a bit of icing on the cake. Because I know John Galvin, I've known him pretty well for a long, long time. He comes from Wellington, he comes from nearby Nainai, and I know for him to win the 150th running of the Wellington Cup, I dare say, would be the highlight, or one of the highlights of his career. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, New Zealand Campus of Innovation and Sport in Wellington are going great guns at the moment with their business. They've got some very, very exciting ideas in the future with the Wellington Racing Club in Trentham as part of their thoughts. We're going to have some exciting racing with these guys backing us, I kid you not, in a few years' time. But right now, let's welcome to the microphone a man who's also a local, and he's doing an outstanding job. We love his partnership. Malcolm Gillies, representing the company, sponsoring the Wellington Cup. Malcolm.
Thanks, Des. On behalf of Kev and myself, welcome. I'd like to acknowledge His Worship Wayne and his wife Sue. I'd also like to acknowledge the Wellington Racing Club Board and their hard-working team who have put together today under very trying conditions a wonderful event. Today is about racing, and what a place to celebrate it. With its fantastic track, always well prepared, set amongst the beautiful setting. We love having you all here, and thank you all, especially the trainers, jockeys, strappers and the owners. We are committed over the coming years to work with Race to develop Trentham into a world-class facility here in Upper Hutt, to partner with Upper Hutt and other world-class facilities such as Lane Street, Blue Mountains Park, NZCIS and Brewtown. Upper Hutt, the best little city in New Zealand. Congratulations to everyone involved today, especially the team next to me who have just pulled off the win of the Wellington NZCIS Wellington Cup. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Principal of Fortuna and proud man, owner of Leaderboard, John Galvin.
Thank you, Des, for the kind words, and a big thank you to the Wellington Racing Club. As Des said, I was brought up in 9i, 7 train stops away from Trentham. I came to my first Wellington Cup as a 16-year-old. And although we've been to Trentham several times and won races with a lot of good horses like Darcy Brahma and Melody Bell, it was almost my dream to win a Wellington Cup. And you know, today was the first time we've ever had a runner in the Wellington Cup, and Leaderboard has pulled it off. At big odds, but you know, we were very confident. We knew we could run the trip, and once the rain came, it was just sort of tailor-made for him. Fantastic ride by Joe Doyle, who handled the horse beautifully. I know, Joe, you've got a bit of a trip planned to Jamaica maybe, so the percentages might well help the cost of the fare. Thank you so much to the sponsors. Sponsorship's always important, and you guys have been sponsoring this race for so long. We bought this horse at the Tattersall sale 2018, the horses in training sale. He'd been bred by Godolphin, bought him as a 3-year-old, as a 1-win horse. Hubie de Burgh, international bloodstock agent, helped pick him out. He hasn't been the easiest horse to race. He has won. He's won here before, but he's a bit inclined to give it away at times. But he's done us proud today, and very, very special thanks to our trainer, Mark Walker. Mark really got to the bottom of this horse, worked out what he needed to do. He's been doing interval training with him over the past 2 or 3 weeks, and dressage work since his last race here, where he was a bit disappointing, and it's worked the oracle. Thank you, Mark. I know both you and Tiako have never won a Wellington Cup, and it's a great thrill for me to be able to have you guys as our trainers. Special thanks to my wife, Jessica, who is here beside me, holding the cup. She's my right-hand man. And a huge, big thank you, finally, to a great group of owners. There's something like 56 individual owners in this horse. As I say, it's been a bit of a rocky ride with this horse over the years since we've had him, but he's finally delivered a big one for us, and you guys have all kept the faith. Well done. Thank you very much.
Well, as you heard from John, Mark Walker's not here, naturally enough, working hard up buying the next leaderboard at the Karaka Yelling Sales. But it's great to have this man here in New Zealand. It's great to see his riding talents today, and they certainly just showed in no uncertain term what a great jockey it is, and how it's probably Ireland's loss in some respects, but certainly New Zealand's gain. I'd ask one of the team from NZC Innovation of Sport Wellington to step forward now and make the presentation to the winning jockey, Joe Doyle. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from him for the first time in a presentation here at Trentham anyway, Joe Doyle.
Yeah, thanks very much, everyone. The people of New Zealand have been really good to me since I got here, and you know, to Mark Walker, his team, the people of Fortuna, like, I'm extremely fortunate to be riding for fantastic people, and you know, you've got a fantastic sport down here, and I'm just very lucky and very grateful to be taking part in it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Well done to the entire team here today. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for coming out to Trentham. I know it's been trying conditions in many ways. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself. Keep the diaries free for racing throughout the year. We'll have some more racing coming up. And before I go, can I just say hats off to our track manager, who's done a sterling job, Jamie Phillips and his team, to keep the racing going here for the last 4 Saturdays. So well done to you, Jamie. You deserve a DB or something else.